The sun rises over the majestic fjords of Norway, painting the world in hues of gold and blue. On a quiet hilltop sits Vini, a curious 12-year-old boy, ready to embrace whatever the day might bring. In his colorful and dream-filled world, he loves exploring new places, but always returns to his home, where he keeps a magical diary containing incredible stories of his adventures around the world. However, he still doesn't know the true power of this diary. Each page of the diary is a window to a different place, full of vibrant details and exciting memories. Sometimes, when Vini flips through the pages at night, he feels as if he can hear whispers coming from the illustrations, as if the places themselves were calling out to him. His room reflects his adventurous personality. Shelves filled with books about geography, mythology, and science share space with souvenirs from past trips. Famous monument miniatures, colorful stones collected on trails, and even a braided lock of hair he received from a child in a remote village. His desk is the heart of the room, where he spends hours drawing imaginary maps and writing about his experiences. But something is different today. When Vini opens the diary, he notices a new blank page. Strangely, it seems to pulse with a soft light, as if it were alive. He touches the page and feels a strange energy running through his fingers. It's as if the diary is trying to tell him something important. As Vini observes the blank page, it begins to shine brightly. Golden letters slowly appear, forming a mysterious message. Come discover the secrets of Norway. Your next adventure awaits. At the same time, a mysterious portal appears in the air, displaying hypnotic images of the country's most iconic landmarks. He sees majestic fjords cutting through snow-covered mountains, picturesque villages with colorful houses, and northern lights dancing in the night sky. The portal seems inviting, but also frightening. Vini feels a mix of emotions: excitement to explore a new place, but also fear of the unknown. He looks around his safe and comfortable room, thinking about all the things he would leave behind. Is he ready to face the challenges that may lie ahead? However, something inside him says this journey is important. Maybe it's destiny, maybe it's just his uncontrollable curiosity. Whatever the reason, he knows he can't ignore the call. He takes a deep breath, closes the diary, and hesitantly walks toward the portal. Despite his curiosity, Vini hesitates. He is afraid of the unknown and wonders if he is ready to face the challenges that may lie ahead. He thinks about staying comfortably at home, but something inside him says this journey is important. He sits back at his desk, flipping through the diary pages in search of answers. Each page seems to whisper advice, reminding him of his past adventures and the lessons he learned. He remembers a time when he was afraid to climb a high mountain during a trip. At the time, he wanted to give up, but his friends encouraged him to continue. In the end, the view from the top was so incredible that he never regretted facing his fear. This memory makes him think that perhaps the portal is offering a similar opportunity, a chance to overcome his fears and discover something extraordinary. Still, he hesitates. What if the portal takes him to a dangerous place? What if he can't return home? He looks at the portal again, now with a worried but determined expression. He knows he needs to make a decision. Suddenly, a friendly figure emerges from the portal, a mystical local guide named Nexus, who could be a talking animal, an ancestral spirit, or even a future version of himself. Nexus explains the importance of Vini's mission and gives him a crucial clue to solve the mystery of the country. He tells him that a precious cultural artifact has been stolen, putting the harmony of the place at risk. Nexus is a small and cute troll with large and bright eyes that seem to see directly into Vini's soul. He hands the boy a special object related to the country's culture, such as a runic amulet or an ancient map. Nexus explains that the stolen artifact is essential to maintaining the balance between the natural and supernatural worlds in Norway. Without it, the northern lights may disappear and the fjords may dry up. Vini listens attentively, feeling increasingly connected to the mission. Nexus gives him a final word of encouragement before disappearing back into the portal. Now, Vini knows he has no choice but to accept the challenge. With renewed courage, Vini crosses the portal and arrives in the heart of Norway. He marvels at the bustling streets, the exotic flavors of local cuisine, and the impressive monuments. But soon he realizes that something is wrong. A precious cultural artifact has been stolen, putting the harmony of the place at risk. As he steps onto Norwegian soil, Vini is immediately enveloped by a magical atmosphere. He walks through a traditional market where colorful stalls sell local delicacies like dried cod, waffles with strawberries, and brunost cheese. People wear traditional costumes, and folk music echoes through the air. However, there's an underlying sense of tension. The inhabitants seem worried, and some even avoid looking directly at certain places, as if something is wrong. Vini decides to investigate further and discovers that Mjolnir, a legendary artifact that protects Norway from forces of chaos, has been stolen by a cunning villain named Gumo. Without the hammer, the northern lights have started to disappear, and the fjords are slowly drying up. The local residents explain that Gumo plans to use the power of the hammer to control the country's natural forces, transforming them into weapons for his selfish plans. Determined to help, Vini decides to embark on a quest to retrieve Mjolnir. He knows this will be a dangerous journey, but he also understands that the fate of Norway is in his hands. During his search for the lost artifact, Vini meets new friends, such as local children who share his passion for exploration, and faces creative challenges, such as deciphering ancient riddles or escaping traps. He also discovers that a cunning villain, Gumo, is trying to use the artifact for his selfish plans. Vini meets two new friends during his adventure. Era, a local girl who knows all the secrets of the fjords, and Bjorn, a shy but intelligent boy who loves solving riddles. Together, they form an unlikely but efficient team. Era uses her knowledge of the local geography to guide the group, while Bjorn helps decipher clues hidden in ancient runes. However, the journey is not easy. The trio faces various challenges, such as crossing fragile bridges, over deep abysses, deciphering codes in dark caves, and escaping traps left by Gumo. At a crucial moment, they are chased by giant wolves sent by the villain, forcing them to use all their ingenuity to survive. Despite the dangers, Vini learns to trust his new friends and realizes that their strength lies in unity. Each obstacle overcome brings them closer to Mjolnir, but also brings them closer to Gumo, whose dark intentions become increasingly clear. Guided by the clues left by the mentor, Vini and his friends arrive at a legendary location, perhaps a hidden cave in the fjords or an enchanted forest. There, they find the last obstacle before reaching the artifact. The cave is a mysterious and scary place. Its walls are covered with ancient symbols that glow softly in the torchlight. There are inscriptions telling the story of Mjolnir and its role in protecting Norway. In the center of the cave, there is a giant gate blocking the way, guarded by a mythical creature, an ice dragon that seems to be made of frozen crystals. To open the gate, Vini and his friends need to solve one last riddle. They find a series of runes engraved on the floor, each representing a natural element: water, fire, earth, and air. They need to arrange the runes in the correct order, reflecting the natural balance that Mjolnir represents. Bjorn leads the group in this challenge, using his photographic memory to recall clues found earlier. When the riddle is solved, the gate opens with a deafening roar, revealing a path that leads directly to Mjolnir. But they know that Gumo is waiting for them on the other side. At the climax of the story, Vini faces Gumo in an emotional battle, testing his courage, intelligence, and heart. He learns a valuable lesson about trust and teamwork. Inside the final chamber, Vini and his friends find Gumo holding Mjolnir. The villain is surrounded by a dark aura, and the hammer emits sparks of negative energy. Gumo laughs cruelly, saying that no one can stop him now. He plans to use the power of the hammer to create eternal storms and destroy anyone who opposes him. Vini knows he cannot defeat Gumo alone. He asks for help from Era and Bjorn, and together they devise a plan. While Bjorn distracts Gumo with complicated questions about ancient runes, Era uses her agility to divert the villain's focus. Finally, Vini seizes the opportunity to retrieve Mjolnir, breaking Gumo's control over it. The battle is intense, with lightning and thunder shaking the chamber. In the end, Vini uses the hammer to restore the natural balance, expelling Gumo and dissipating his dark energy. The villain disappears in an explosion of light, and peace returns to Norway. After defeating Gumo, Vini retrieves Mjolnir and restores the harmony of the country. He receives gratitude from the local residents and gains a symbolic gift, such as a souvenir or a special moment. With Mjolnir back in his hands, Vini feels a wave of pure energy flow through the artifact. He raises the hammer above his head, and a golden ray shoots into the sky, illuminating the entire region. The northern lights return, dancing in the night sky with vibrant colors, and the fjords begin to fill up again, reflecting the natural beauty of Norway. The cold winds that once blew furiously now bring calmness and serenity. The local residents gather around Vini and his friends, applauding and thanking them for saving their country. They organize a small celebration in the central square, where musicians play traditional melodies and people share typical dishes like cod and waffles with strawberries. During the celebration, an elder gives Vini a hammer-shaped pendant made of silver and decorated with ancient runes. The elder explains that the pendant is a symbolic replica of Mjolnir, representing courage, balance, and protection. Vini carefully stores the pendant in his pocket, knowing it will be an eternal reminder of this incredible adventure. He also notices that the magical diary emits a soft light, automatically recording all the details of the journey. The pages are now filled with vibrant illustrations and detailed descriptions of Norway, as if the country itself had told its story. With his duty fulfilled, Vini decides to return home, but promises to continue his adventures. He reflects on everything he learned about the culture, cuisine, and people of the country. At the end of the celebration, Nexus reappears to guide Vini back to the portal. The cute troll smiles warmly and thanks the boy for his courage and determination. Nexus explains that the portal is about to close, and Vini needs to quickly decide if he wants to return to his world. Without hesitation, Vini hugs his new friends, Ira and Bjorn, promising that he will never forget Norway and all the lessons he learned there. As he walks toward the portal, Vini looks back one last time, taking in the vibrant beauty of the country. He knows this won't be his last adventure, just the first of many. With a heart full of gratitude, he crosses the portal, taking with him the pendant and unforgettable memories of Norway. The moment Vini returns to his room, The portal disappears, leaving only the magical diary on his desk. He opens the diary and sees the newly filled pages, full of images and stories of Norway. It's as if the entire country is alive inside the book, waiting to be revisited whenever he wants. Upon returning to his world, Vini realizes he has changed. He now understands better the importance of exploring and respecting different cultures. His magical diary automatically records all the memories of the trip. Back in his room, Vini sits at his desk and flips through the magical diary. Each page seems more alive than ever, as if the adventures he experienced are part of his own essence. He realizes that the journey through Norway was not just about saving an artifact or defeating a villain. It was about growing, learning to trust himself and others, and understanding the value of cultural diversity. Vini feels a sense of renewal, as if he has returned different from when he left. He now sees the world with more open, curious, and respectful eyes. He knows that every place he visits has something unique to offer, and that his experiences shape who he is. The magical diary seems to agree, emitting a soft light that warms his heart. He closes the diary and looks around his room, realizing that although he is back in his ordinary world, something in him has changed forever. He is ready for the next adventure, wherever it may be. Finally, Vini shares his experience with his viewers, encouraging them to embark on their own adventures and discover the world around them. He ends with an inspiring phrase: "The world is vast, full of magic and secrets waiting to be discovered." What will your next adventure be? Vini looks directly at the camera, holding the open diary in his hands. He smiles warmly and says, "Norway taught me that the world is much bigger than we imagine, and that every place has its own magic. If I could face my fears and help save a country, you can do amazing things too. All you need is courage, curiosity, and an open heart." He closes the diary and gently places it on the desk. The next moment, the portal behind him flickers slightly, suggesting that new adventures are yet to come. Vini looks at the portal with a smile, knowing that his journey is just beginning.